I think that kind of NFT craze or phase in early 2021 was what's brought Solana to prominence because people started to see blockchain can run very, very fast and very cheap. And so it's like very easy then to issue these assets. And people will say like, oh, Solana is just meme coins. And it's like, well, Solana is meme coins because it's easy to issue these assets so easily and freely. And so you've got like a very fast, cheap, permissionless, like open layer one network where all like liquidity can kind of be brought together. What we've been seeing since that NFT is these RWAs have been a great kind of testing ground for other institutions to issue their money market funds on chain. Now, obviously, these assets are a bit more permissioned, so it's a bit more of a static experience of like, okay, I'm going to KYC with a provider, and then I'm going to get this asset. I'm going to get my address whitelisted, and then I'm going to receive this money market fund as an asset on chain. And I'm going to either receive a rebased price relevant to the earnings on the money market fund, or I'm going to receive sort of like a dividend or reward payment or interest payment. So it's like a good testing ground. It's like, okay, here's how this can work on chain. And so there's been other projects that have come out with other decentralized on chain yielding assets. And so then you have a permissionless environment for these assets. And then from there, you can say, like, okay, I'm going to go and mint like Onyx, for example, on chain yield. And then I can take that asset and I can lend it out on a DeFi protocol, right? So then these permissioned assets or these on chain yield assets can then receive further return on that if you so want. And then the next stage, which we've seen, is permissionless on chain stock trading, right? So X stocks is a product that came out earlier this year. So let's say the next stage.
Yeah, it shows the maturity of the space, showing the various utility props, right? So it started at the NFT model years ago, and then all the other use cases of where we have always been talking about where we think digital assets and blockchain technology could go are actually coming to fruition now.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing it with other actual companies and brokerages, right? So people are moving to this model just because they want to move away from the T+1, the T+2 type settlement and get to a place where we can settle. And what we've heard from other money market funds and issuers, seeing the data on chain makes it easier to run and pay interest and all this stuff.
Yeah, and we're seeing that too with a lot of the big banks now. Everyone's talking about creating their own stable coin, right? And I think it all goes
Mm,
back to that. We want real-time settlement,
right.
right?